Hello, welcome to White Davy Gardening and Worm Farm. Just giving you a bit of update on what is happening in my garden. So this is the first raised bed that I transplanted things in, and I must say I am very upset. I put 21 plants in this entire raised bed, and out of those 21 plants I got one balm chili pepper remaining. Everything else in this region is dead. Don't ask me why. I've got one vine tomato remaining. This red chili pepper, no, orange chili pepper, it's not doing so well, but the other one died. I don't know, everything is just dying in this bed. So I don't know, everything is dying. Now I have those plastic cups there because of the cutworms. So the cutworms didn't get to anything in this raised bed, but the things in the raised bed are dying. Now my Roma tomato, not Roma, but beefsteak tomatoes, they are doing okay. But everything else apart from one balm chili pepper and the orange sweet pepper died. So from 21 plants I'm down to 8. Thankfully, for most of the plants that are in here, I have more of them in containers, so I'm gonna have enough to transplant. Some of them I will not have them to replace, like my red chili. In here, all my cucumbers that were down there died, and now I have only one California Wonder sweet pepper, and I think this might be either a red or orange Scotch bonnet. Those are the only thing. But this bed, this main garden, the reason why the things in here are dying, cutworms got to it. So just like my peas that I have in this garden, the cutworms are getting to them. The only reason why these Jamaican Scotch bonnet peppers remain is because the plants are too old, so the cutworms cannot eat the stem of it. Now this is the south side of the property, and I notice that anything that is planted over here this year is doing well. So my pak choy, they have germinated and there are no cutworms eating them down. Down here I have my lacinato kales germinated, and those are not being eaten. I don't know if it is because this bed has garlic along the full stretch on one side, and then it has green onions the full stretch on the other side. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or maybe it is the location. Over here anything that gets planted in these wicking buckets, they are doing okay. Even in one of my previous videos I showed you where I was transplanting the lettuces that germinated from my winter sowing, and I showed you my nice large lettuce. After transplanting it, uh, 2 days later, the plant was not looking well. In fact, all the leaves that existed on it at that point in time died, leaving 2 leaves. But look at it now, it's back up and doing pretty well. These looked as if they were going to die too, but they are coming back up. So since as everything that gets planted on this side of the property does not seem to be bothered by cutworms, or they're not dying off like the raised bed on the north side, so what I'm going to be doing then is making sure that I have a few Roma tomatoes and all of the various types of sweet peppers that I want to grow over on this side, and my beefsteak tomato, so that in case everything else dies, I will at least have these. So these buckets previously had their covers on with just a small hole in the cover, as you can see there. So I cut out that portion of the cover. So these beds, I'm gonna be topping them up now and get them ready for planting. So I allow the cover to stay on and then just cut out that little inner portion. So these plants, they got eggshell and they got castings, but they did not get any bone meal, so I'm just gonna add a little bone meal around them. I wanted to do some more transplanting today, but obviously that's not going to happen for a few days, because today is going to be 31 degrees and tomorrow is going to be something I've never seen since I've been in Canada. We are going to have 36 degrees Celsius temperatures tomorrow. Can you imagine that? I don't know how I'm going to survive that. Thursdays are one of my major gardening days, but I think I'm going to be indoors tomorrow, so I guess I can use that time to work on making the covers to keep out those fruit flies from my worm bins. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some more compost. Oh, that's a waste of time using that small thing to put the compost in, but anyway. Just had some worm castings to it as well. Bone meal. Oh, where did my eggshells go? Oh. They didn't go anywhere, it's just that I'm blind. Okay, so now this bed is ready for planting. I'm going to do the same to all the others down there. Ah, that's why they said haste make waste, right? The compost here is too wet, that's why it fell out in such heavy clump. Very wet because the rain fell on the buckets with them. I need to make some more bone meal. I'm actually running out. I only have 2 of these jars of bone meal remaining. So I think I'm gonna have to get some of those BTK to deal with the cutworms because it's just too much. It's gonna take too long to get rid of them. So now that I realize that these cutworms seem to be out in full force this time around, so I'm gonna hold off on transplanting until my plants are a little bit bigger, which means that I might or might not have to hop pot some of those plants because I have quite a few in one container or in each container, so I might have to do a bit of uppotting to something else. I've seen a lot of little green caterpillars, not sure what type they are, what they're from, but I'm not waiting to find out. Once I see them, I squish them. Yes, this one already has eggshells. A little bit more. A little bit more compost. I might have to wet my worm bin again tomorrow. I did that yesterday, and I usually wet my outdoor bin once per week. I need more compost. Yes, I usually wet my outdoor worm bin once per week, and I did that yesterday, but if it's gonna be so hot tomorrow, I may have to cool them down. So I guess since as I'm not able to transplant anything now because it's too hot, then I might just focus the time on cleaning up some of these mess that I've created from the garden. Okay, so that's it. These beds are, or these buckets are fully prepped. And there's a little one over there. I think I want a few pots with flowers that are blooming. I might even purchase a few flowers, who knows, so that I can have those move around the garden until the plants that I've planted start flowering, to invite pollinators to come in. You'll see. Caskets. I don't like these buckets. Don't like them. The type of material used to make them is very flimsy. They get very crispy quite easily, and then they break. I bought these a few years ago, maybe 6 years ago, and they were the first buckets I used for my hydroponic system. And after the first year, they start to break, they start to crack. So I could not use them for a hydroponic system anymore because they're cracking in places where they could not store water. So yeah, I don't like them. Anyway, this is all the gardening I'm going to be doing for today. Maybe tonight, late at night, maybe 10 o'clock, I'll come out and water the plants because it's so hot out. I don't want to be watering them now. Okay, so if you enjoyed my video and you would like to see more updates, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up. You can leave a comment in the section below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, it's time for grow. The garbage truck is making a lot of noise. Sorry about that.